We continue today with our series, God in the Oval Office, with our 20th president. He was James Abram Garfield. Well, it was going to happen sooner or later. A preacher came to the White House. James Abram Garfield, 20th President of the United States, was a loyal member and sometimes lay preacher of the disciples of Christ. He transports a body to heaven with his very voice, said a listener to one of his sermons. I sort of envy that statement. His messages to churches were akin to those of a traveling tent meeting evangelist. I've come tonight to speak with this poor tongue about Jesus. I've come to ask you to do what I did when I was 18 years of age, to choose the undying Jesus as your friend and helper, because the hopes of the world are false, and the Christian never dies. After much soul searching, the call to the political stage drew the young zealot away from the pulpit. The skills of rhetoric practiced in ecclesiastical circles proved a solid base for Garfield's ability to persuade in the political arena. For example, at the time of the assassination of President Abraham Lincoln in 1865, the newly elected Congressman Garfield soothed the anger of nearly 10,000 rioters in New York City by shouting, "Fellow citizens, God reigns, and the government at Washington still lives." We can catch some of the fervent spirit of Garfield's faith when we read his personal testimony as recorded in his diary. Thanks be to God for his goodness. By the help of God, I'll praise my Maker while I have breath. As it turns out, that wasn't to be for long. After only 4 months in office, on July 2nd, 1881, while waiting to board a train in Washington en route to attend the 25th reunion of his graduating class at Williams College in Williamstown, Massachusetts, President Garfield was shot twice by Charles J. Guiteau. Guiteau was a mentally disturbed man who, according to his biographer Glenn Kittler, believed that the president had turned into the embodiment of evil. For 3 months, Garfield lay suffering in excruciating pain. A shattered spine, a bullet in the pancreas hidden from the view of the physicians, and a condition too weak to risk surgery, all took their toll. On September the 8th, 1881, the president heard the pealing of church bells. "Are they praying for me?" he asked Dr. Susan Edson, the attending physician. "Yes," Dr. Edson replied, "the people of our entire country are praying for you." "God bless them," said Garfield. In less than 2 weeks, he whispered his last words. "I can hear it. I am prepared to die." Within a few hours, the preacher turned president joined the church he sought all his life, the fellowship of the saints in heaven. James Garfield, our 20th president.